Do you ever feel like money slips through your fingers, no matter how tightly you try to hold on? Like it's a fleeting ghost that vanishes just when you think you've got it figured out? You're not alone, staring at your bank account, heart heavy with the quiet fear that you'll never have enough, never feel secure, never escape the grind. I see you wrestling with that gnawing sense of scarcity, wondering if you're doomed to repeat the same financial mistakes. What if Carl Jung, the visionary who plumbed the depths of the human soul, revealed that true abundance isn't about budgets or hustle? It's about facing the hidden shadows in your psyche that silently control your relationship with money. This truth might shake you, but it could be the key to unlocking the wealth you've been chasing. If this resonates deep in your bones, hit that subscribe button for more transformative insights, like the video if you're ready to face your financial shadows, and comment below. What's one money fear that keeps you up at night? Let's dive into this journey together. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist who mapped the unconscious like a mystic cartographer, saw money not just as currency but as psychic energy, a mirror of our deepest desires, fears, and unresolved wounds. In his work like The Archetypes and the Collective Unconscious, Jung introduced the concept of the shadow, the parts of ourselves we repress, deny, or fear, such as greed, insecurity, or unworthiness. These shadows don't just lurk in our dreams. They shape our bank accounts, our spending habits, our ability to attract abundance. Shadow work, Jung's process of confronting and integrating these hidden aspects, isn't just for emotional healing, it's a radical path to financial freedom. Drawing from Jung's insights and thinkers like Nietzsche, Plato, and Bonhoeffer, let's explore how facing your shadows can transform scarcity into prosperity, weaving in stories, historical echoes, and unexpected truths that challenge everything you've been taught about money. Picture your relationship with money as a river. When it flows freely, it nourishes your life, security, freedom, joy. But when blocked by unconscious shadows, it stagnates, leaving you parched. Jung believed our psyche is governed by archetypes, universal patterns like the trickster, the caregiver, or the orphan, that silently dictate our financial behaviors. Nietzsche, in Thus Spoke Zarathustra, warned against the last man, who clings to comfort over greatness, squandering potential. Historically, from medieval usury bands to the Gilded Age's robber barons, humanity's dance with wealth reveals these archetypes at play, often unconscious, driving booms and busts. Your struggle to save or spend wisely? It's not just bad habits, it's your psyche crying for integration. Let's get personal. You might feel that pang of guilt after an impulse buy, or the dread of checking your balance, fearing it confirms you're not good with money. That's your shadow speaking, Jung would say, a complex, a bundle of emotional energy tied to early experiences. Maybe you grew up hearing, money is the root of evil, or watched parents fight over bills, embedding scarcity in your unconscious. Plato's Republic likens the soul to a chariot driven by reason, spirit, and appetite. When unbalanced, chaos reigns. Your financial chaos might stem from a misaligned chariot, driven by shadows you've yet to face. Storytime. Meet David, a graphic designer I knew, always broke despite a decent income. He'd splurge on gadgets, then panic over rent, trapped in a cycle of shame. Jungian therapy revealed his shadow, an orphan archetype born from a childhood where money meant control, not freedom. His spending was rebellion against that control, but it kept him powerless. The twist? Facing this shadow through journaling, writing letters to his younger self, shifted his habits. He started saving not out of fear but from a newfound sense of worth. Uncomfortable truth. Society's just budget harder mantra ignores the psyche. Jung saw financial struggles as symptoms of unintegrated shadows, not moral failings, challenging the hustle culture's blame game. Let's dive into key shadows that block abundance. First, the shadow of scarcity. You believe there's never enough, rooted in early lack or parental anxiety. Jung's concept of the collective unconscious suggests this echoes ancestral survival fears. Think Great Depression-era hoarding. Nietzsche's will to power urges overcoming this by claiming your creative force, but the shadow keeps you small. Analogy, it's like planting seeds in barren soil. No matter how hard you work, nothing grows until you enrich the earth. Research in behavioral economics shows scarcity mindsets trigger impulsive spending. Your brain literally prioritizes now over later. Solution. Shadow work. Reflect on childhood money messages. Write them down, ask, is this true? Replace "I'll never have enough" with "I am enough." David did this and his savings grew as his mindset shifted. Second, the shadow of worthlessness. You tie money to self-worth, feeling unlovable without it. Jung's animus/animus, inner feminine or masculine, can manifest as seeking approval through wealth. Bonhoeffer, in Life Together, warned against false community built on external validation, like chasing status through purchases. Historically, Renaissance patrons flaunted wealth to mask insecurity, much like today's social media flexing. Story: my friend Lena, a lawyer, overspent on designer clothes to fit in at her firm but felt emptier. Her shadow work revealed a rejected inner child craving acceptance. By affirming her intrinsic value, she cut spending, saving for a dream trip instead. Twist: neuroscience via fMRI shows retail therapy spikes dopamine but crashes self-esteem when the high fades. Challenge: consumerism sells worth through stuff. Jung says worth is internal, flipping self-help's external focus. Third, the shadow of control. You hoard or micromanage money, fearing loss. Machiavelli, in The Prince, advised control for power, but Jung saw this as a tyrant archetype, masking vulnerability. In ancient Rome, misers hoarded coins, isolated by fear. Modern equivalent: the penny pincher who misses life's joys. Impact: you save but it's joyless, not abundant. Analogy: like a dam blocking the river, hoarding stops flow. A client, Mark, obsessed over investments, alienating family. Shadow work uncovered fear of abandonment. Integrating it, he balanced saving with generosity. Truth: extreme frugality is as limiting as overspending, challenging save every cent dogma. How do you do shadow work for abundance? Jung prescribed active imagination, dialoguing with your unconscious. Try this: visualize your money fears as a character. Ask, what do you want? Journal the answers. Nietzsche's eternal recurrence tests. Would you relive your financial life forever? If no, change it. Plato's cave allegory warns, you're chained to shadows of scarcity or shame until you face the light of truth. Practically, track spending mindfully, not punitively, to see patterns. Bonhoeffer's prison writings on grace suggest forgiving yourself for past money mistakes. Integration, not erasure. Another layer: your unconscious behaviors, like avoiding budgets or seeking status, stem from these shadows. Jung's synchronicity suggests coincidences, like overdraft fees, are wake-up calls. Historical echo: medieval alchemists, Jung's inspiration, sought gold through transformation, not greed. Your alchemy is transforming fear into abundance. Twist: positive thinking alone fails. Studies show 70% of lottery winners go broke without inner work. Jung's path, facing the shadow, builds lasting wealth. As we weave this tapestry, Jung's wisdom shines. Abundance flows when you integrate your shadows: scarcity, worthlessness, control. Plato dreamed of ideal forms. Jung grounded them in psyche. Bonhoeffer found freedom in truth, even in chains. Your money struggles are invitations to grow, not curses. But linger on this: what if true wealth isn't in your bank but in the courage to face your inner darkness? Let that spark reflection as you step toward prosperity. Thank you for this journey.